This is hideous. Get these old people some color. Get these old people some flavors and texture. What's happening? Put some fiber in something that's not nasty. Happy birthday, everybody, and welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereals seriously. My name is Alex, and even before I started this channel, I would often tell my wife that when I die, I want to be cremated. But instead of leaving my ashes in an urn on our mantle, my final wish would be for her to, spoonful by spoonful, sprinkle me over her morning Cocoa Krispies or Cocoa Pebbles, whichever one she wanted. In that way, the two of us would truly become one. If you have some repulsive and morbid final wish that your wife would show you some cannibal-adjacent honor when you've passed, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. Today on Cerealsly, we're going over the hill. We're taking the senior discount. We're having a cereal primer like an old-timer. We're going to be hoping to score a hat trick with the geriatric by looking at 3 different cereals for old people. Right now, I'm what some might call middle-aged. I'm 44 years old. I don't feel a day over 42. But I'm definitely in the age bracket where you're too old to be of any interest to advertisers, and you're too young to be roped into any fake email scams. It's a tough place to be. But one of the benefits of so perfectly straddling both the womb and the grave is that it still makes it possible to look either way and appreciate the cereals that exist for each of the extremes. As far as reaching back into the wonder years of youth, my cereal pantry is stocked, but I have to say, I'm really falling behind when I look in the other direction, to the cereals that are enjoyed most by those who are part of what could be the greatest generation. That is to say, the most wrinkly old fogies out there. We haven't reviewed any of their cereals on this channel yet, and it's a crying shame. Thankfully, today, all that changes. Today, we put on our Sunday best. We get a darn haircut. We stay off their lawn and dabble in the world of old people cereals. All right, let's take a look at the cereals we're going to be reviewing today. The first is the grandpappy of all of the cereals, Grape Nuts. It's easy to point out that Grape Nuts is, by a large margin, the worst name of any cereal ever. Thank goodness it's old, because can you imagine what would happen if you tried to name a cereal Grape Nuts in our culture today? Obviously, they are neither grapes nor nuts. But that odd name does seem to have been inspired by their shape, which resembles that little seed inside of a grape. And even though that's definitely what they look like, why would they capitalize on that as a marketing tool? That is absolutely bonkers. Grape Nuts just screams like, listen, it's always been this way and it's just the way we like it. It's a true testament to the veracity of old people. Next, we've got shredded wheat. These aren't your frou-frou, might as well be candy frosted mini wheats. These are the big babies. This is the original big biscuit type of shredded wheat. I have to be honest, I'm not even sure how to eat this. I'm probably just going to put the whole thing in a bowl and treat it like any other cereal, but I'm not sure that's going to work. I saw lots of things online about heating it up or crunching it up. I don't know. Finally, we have All-Bran. Honestly, this name is almost as bad as Grape Nuts. I have never, ever gone down the aisle of the supermarket and thought, All-Bran, yum! And a few things, it's not All-Bran. It's whole wheat. Whole wheat is the whole grain of the wheat ground up. The bran is just part of that, the hard outer layer of the wheat kernel. I looked that up. They are liars. Why would you lie about that? If you're going to lie, call it like all candy or all pizza. That's what would sell. Whew. All 3 of these cereals obviously are obsessed with fiber content. As we age, our digestive processes slow down, which can cause weight gain and unpleasant stoppages and backups. Gross. Fiber gets the intestines going. It gives food something to hold on to while it's being digested, and it keeps us regular. It is really too bad that it tastes horrible. But remember, each of these cereals, though more than 100 years old each, are still available on store shelves in almost every supermarket in America. These are not relics of the bygone past. These are still hot enough sellers that they are always available. That's a story, I think, of perseverance and victory. But what do you think? Will we applaud the fortitude of these three pillars of the cereal pantheon? Or are we just going to get really bloated and gassy by the time I'm finished today? Friends, it's time to eat some cereal. All right, friends, I think I'm ready. I got all the cereals, of course, but I've got my bowl, I've got my spoon, I've got my milk here, Skim Possible. I hope she's up for the task today. It's going to be a weird one. Gotta say, I'm a little nervous. I haven't eaten these cereals in a long time. First of all, even just lifting this up, this is the heaviest box of cereal in the world. When I picked this up at the supermarket, I almost fell over. It is so heavy. This is 1 pound, 13 ounces. That is a crazy weight for this size. Rather expensive, too. I've heard a lot of stories. Some of my friends went bananas when it was gone during 2020. Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Old people can't open this. I'm a virile, strong, young man, middle-aged man, and I had real trouble with that box. Holy cow. And I was in the middle of saying something. I was saying that some of my friends were really bothered when there was like a shortage of these in 2020. Do you remember that? They were worried they were gone forever. They're not gone. They're back in their weird small box. Oh, man. This says Power Pack Nutrition on it. Oh, man. Oh, the bag itself is so... Oh, my gosh. What the heck is happening with this cereal? Hardest thing I've ever eaten. By the way, I opened the bag with all my might it took. The only reward was that I was greeted with a nasty smell of whatever this is. Grape nuts. Let's pour it in the bowl. I know I'm not the first person to say these things, but it looks like cat food. Not the food. It looks like kitty litter. I know because I've looked all these things up and read books about it. I know the history of these cereals. I know that this was originally a big giant cracker thing, and then they kept trying to figure out how people could make it palatable, so they kept crunching it up in smaller bits so people could bite it. I don't know that they've gone far enough. These look about the size of like Nerds, which shows you where my brain is. I can tell you this is an abomination of Nerds. This is like if Nerds were in a horror movie, this is what they would taste like. And they try to suggest that I put all sorts of yogurts and fruits on it. Oh my gosh, I just saw the nutritional information. What the heck? It is, I hope you can see this, 200 calories for a half cup. I probably accidentally poured 2 cups into this bowl. Maybe not, but let's just imagine it is 2 cups. That is 800 calories in this bowl. I probably didn't pour that much, but still, this box should last you forever. I cannot try this dry, can I? Well, how can old people be doing this? I'm gonna be old. I gotta get ready to be doing this. I guess I'm going to try it dry. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's bad, but I could sort of see why someone would eat this. When my wife was pregnant with our first kid, I would always go with her to her doctor appointments. That was so fascinating. I'm so glad she allowed me to do that. She was the one who was pregnant, but she let me tag along just to kind of learn about the process. In those doctor's meetings, they'd always ask you a series of questions. How you feeling? What are you doing? How's the baby developing? All that kind of stuff. But then I remember they would always ask her, have you had the urge to run down to the park and eat dirt or sand? And she'd always say, no, that's crazy. It turns out that our body is designed in a way where we crave iron, especially when you're pregnant. You might have a deficiency, and one of the ways we are hardwired to get that would be running down to the park, the playground, and eating sand or dirt. Ba-boom. That's what's happening here. This tastes like I am a pregnant lady who ran down to the park and now I am eating dirt. Let's try it with milk. the milk has gone away. The milk got sucked up into it and disappeared. I feel like I've created something more akin to quicksand than I have actual cereal. Ay, ay, ay. I put a lot of milk in it just so... Okay, now it's sinking to the bottom, so now it looks like I'm almost finished with my bowl, which I'm certainly not. I've got 400 calories, 800 calories left to go in this bowl. Let's try it with milk. Actually, you know what? Looks kind of appetizing in milk. This is better. I'm going to take like a half spoon to try this. Okay, here's the thing. I now see, I ate half a teaspoon, half of one spoon, and I can see why the serving size is only half a cup. There is no way you're eating much more than that because I'm full. I'm satiated. I've had enough. There's no way I could eat a half a cup. So now I've gone from half a cup being crazy small to like, you'd have to be on one of those like eating competitions to eat half a cup of grape nuts. There's a little bit of salt, I think, which is helpful. Salt. I don't like that. All right, let's try the next one here. This is crazy. Big biscuit, shredded wheat. Not the small biscuit. I think this box is backwards. Usually, All-Bran is a good example here. All-Bran, it comes over the top and the peg is facing that way. On this one, it's opposite. It's facing the front. And you know why I know that? Know how it stuck out to me? Is because I'm going to open it and it's still going to be facing you. Usually when I open cereals, I have to go like this and you get to see the back. Not today, folks. Not with big biscuits. All right, so let me figure out how to open these things. Why are these harder than normal cereals to open? That wasn't so bad. What the heck? Okay, I really don't know what I'm doing here because look, it's like a paper bag in there. Huh. Oh! They're individually packaged paper bags of big biscuits. And it feels to me like there's 3 big biscuits. Geez, how many are in here? How many do people need? We're opening up the pack, as I predicted, 3 biscuits. But on the box, it says serving size, 2 biscuits. What the heck? How am I gonna get 2 biscuits and re-wrap up one in a paper bag? This is pretty stupid. For what it's worth, they're not as big as I thought. They're still humongous. I'm gonna put 2 in my bowl because that's the serving size suggestion. These little shreds of the shredded wheat are everywhere now. And look at the package is full of like grass, hay. Oh geez. I know why old people are struggling. Because their cereal is terrible and it is a huge mess. They can't clean us all up. All right, I'm gonna put milk on this. For what it's worth, it looks a little bit better than Grape Nuts. At least it resembles a cereal that I've eaten before, Frosted Mini Wheats, just without anything that makes that good. Ooh, I like how it comes apart. Wow, I put my spoon through it. I didn't try it dry, I'm just realizing. Hey, I really like how this feels on the spoon. Let me try a bite here. I want to put a little more milk in there and go for it. Taste tolerable. If you're old, you're gonna get through it. This won't be the thing that takes you out because of the taste. But the texture is like, well, I don't know if everyone's experienced this, but it's like sometimes I get beard hairs that fall out and end up in my mouth somehow. It's the consistency of beard hair. That's not good. I was gonna say maybe if you don't have a beard, do you remember when did you ever have like a doll at your house, like a little girl's doll? I have sisters, and so we had dolls, and I had dolls, I guess. But their hair isn't quite as thin as like a human hair. It's like a little bit thicker and plasticky-er. That's the texture of this cereal. Why would anyone want that? Oh, never mind. I was gonna take that huge bite. Forget that. I can't handle that. One more bite. I was going to say the yummiest beard hair I've ever had. I don't even know if that's true. Man, I'm having a rough go of this. Oh, geez. All-Bran, like this is going to be a big improvement. I understand. I'm not actually supposed to like these cereals, but still, they could make them somewhat better, couldn't they? I see down here 44% of the fiber I need. So I went, well, no, I didn't eat the whole thing, but this is 27%. Does this have a lot of fiber? Oh yeah, 24%. So this has, it's too much. 24, 27, 44%. Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna be feeling this in a little while. Let's pour some All-Bran. Get excited. Oh, gross. I think what they're going for with this cereal, I've heard that in the future, the thing that would be best for the planet would be for us to eat bugs. This is prepping us for that dire future that awaits us because it looks like little dried up wormy squirmies. This is hideous. Get these old people some color. Get these old people some flavor, some texture. What's happening? Put some fiber in something that's not nasty. Oh, yeah, let's try it and see. Try it dry. Oh, geez, what am I doing? Yummy. Now, pause there for a second and realize I've just eaten these 2 loads of junk. But this had some sugar in it. I'm sure of it. Some actual sweetener was involved in the making of this product. Sugar is the second thing. Malt flavor, you're doing it right here. A little bit of salt. I cannot believe this repulsive texture of it being dried up mealworms. But at least it tasted better because there was some sugar. Was there no sugar in the other ones? Nope, there's no sugar in Grape Nuts. There is nothing. There is nothing in shredded wheat except whole grain wheat. I can't believe. Oh no, they add BHT, which I don't know what that is, to preserve freshness. This should be called all wheat. Let me try this. I let it sit for a little while. I had way too much on that spoon again. It kind of has like a Total or a Wheaties taste. Just imagine like a Wheaties that is just the worst possible texture. And then you've got All-Bran. I gotta say too, it's already getting soggy. So it didn't even hold up in milk. Wow. The other ones I've heard, some people like leave them for a long time to get them to absorb some of it. This absorbs stuff immediately. Like the worms I feel like might come back to life. Let me try another bite. I mean, in comparison to these, at least it has some flavor. But you're not gonna believe this. I think this is the worst of the textures. We cannot win. How are we treating the elderly in this country? If they've got horrible, tastes like beard hair, and then finally gets close, but then it is so mushy and so grainy, and you have to like suffer through every bite just to get the fiber. Just give them some fiber. God, do we have any shots to just give them fiber? We have any? I don't know how else we could do it. Some sort of gummy bear. I think that there are gummy bear fiber gummy bears. I'm going to invest in those, give them out to the old people I know, because this is not okay, what's happening here. While we have them all here, let's do some ratings. Zeros. I don't know how people eat these. I know a good friend of mine, Tony. He talks all the time about Grape Nuts. How could that be? Legitimately, I would say that I would give this a 0.5. 0.5. Shredded wheat, again, the bottom of the barrel. If there was like the apocalypse and this is all I had to eat, I suppose I would eat it. All-Bran, slightly better. I'm not even going to hit a 1. I'm going to do for the first time something in between 0.5 and 1. I can't even give it, okay, 0.75. All right, we're going to give it 3/4 of a point. And you know what? I'm giving all of these points, and they're all nasty points. They are all out of 5 goodness points, but I'm all giving them as nastiness points. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. I'm upset. I'm annoyed at this. I feel like I've abandoned those who need me most in the world, the elderly. It's making me think, making me dread getting old even more than I had been. How is that possible? Ay. I gotta take a break. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate. I think we had more than 600% of our daily suggested fiber, and we are definitely going to pay the price, but now it's enough. Listen, I think we discovered why old people are so cranky. I'm sorry for my attitude today. It's their fault. This is garbage. Remember, though, we gave these cereals 0.5, 0.75. Those aren't even scores. If you want to try these cereals for yourself, please don't do that. You can do better. You deserve better. Listen, you gave me the time of day to be here, to spend time together. You deserve to enjoy your life more than these are going to help you do that. You can find them everywhere if you do want them, but all of them shouldn't be anywhere, okay? That's the statement. And if you haven't yet, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.